Thank you.
Been told they're working on the speakers over there. So while they're getting repaired, they put the big mouth up first. So, but again, thank you so much for coming. And on behalf of all of FDA, my colleagues, everybody involved, thank you for the opportunity to come up and give the opening remarks. My talk, there's a number of topics. We know we have a jam-packed, interesting schedule today. My talk is going to give you an overview of ORA, just a snapshot of some accomplishments, the numbers, and some contact information, mainly related to the device arena, because we still get questions on those. Very special time at ORA. Whoop. Very special time at ORA because we just reached our 2-year anniversary for alignment. The initial charge, of course, for alignment is to modernize and strengthen the workforce to improve public health response. And I will say, after 2 years, and the feedback that we've been getting from our stakeholders, we've been extremely successful in this regard. Many of you are familiar with our previous paradigm, where we were a geographic entity. We've gone over to a programmatic entity, and I'll get into more of that. Our regional food and drug directors have now been basically replaced with program directors. 20 district directors. I'm one of the 20. We basically have dual roles now. The district director probably. We still maintain a geographic responsibility. We're also program division directors. So there's eight new program division directors on top of the 20 district directors. So I wear 2 hats. Same pay, 2 hats. And now, of course, degrees of specialization. We've enhanced our specialization of the staff. Some of the districts, like New England was one of them, as many of you are familiar with, did have a degree of specialization among our investigators. Now it's gone across the entire entity. So I'm going to give you some fiscal 2018 facts and figures about just ORA. Looking at ORA at a glance, they have 18 entities listed over there. There's more, but these are like the general areas in which we're involved. And most of you are familiar, of course, with the investigators, the compliance officers. But we also have a lot of emergency response, the complaint recall coordinators, state liaisons, state contracts, our training and education, which we've, again, all of these resources have been funneled to specialize and allow the training to focus based on program area. FDA, ORA has roughly 45, 50 employees currently. Inspections worldwide, 38,856. That's all those countries, about 82 plus the US. Samples analyzed, 43,099. We have, of course, 13 labs spread out across the country. Warning letters that have been issued, 14,285. The vast majority from the Center of Tobacco. Products recalled, again, this is all commodities, 7,562. Another component is our Office of Criminal Investigations. And you don't hear much about them, but they work behind the scenes. Probably don't want to have them coming at your door. But this group, 317 arrests in 2018, 215 convictions. You look at the fines and restitution, $2,182,317,876. Forfeited assets, over 114 million. Back to alignment. So basically, we've gone from the geographic model, as I had mentioned before, to program divisions. So we have the Office of Bioresearch Monitoring, biological products, medical devices, pharmaceutical quality, human and animal food and feed, an Office of Enforcement and Import Operations, as well as tobacco. In the context of this conference, I'm going to focus on the Office of Medical Products and Tobacco Operations, headed by Ellen Morrison. Essentially, that's 5 of the programs. Everything except food, feed, and imports fall under this, under Ellen's control. And of course, we have biologics as Dr. Mashad, Chrissy Cochran in charge of Primo, Jan Welsh, medical devices, and Alonza Cruz for pharma. Jan and her immediate office, and across the field, we have 3 operating divisions. There's the map. Division 1, like I call it the funny green. That's up towards the northeast. Part that looks like a butterfly in the central. It's Division 2. And Division 3 is off to the west. Our current immediate office, we have actually one of these, all the positions are filled here. One of them is being, in the process of being filled as we speak. They had a transfer in there, Christina Donahue. But Jan, she has her deputy, our operations and foreign inspection staff. We've really gone to a virtual organization. We've really broken away from the geographic model. Now, of course, we have local investigators, handling the firms and things like that, but they'll still travel wherever the job is needed. That's what everybody has to take care of. But virtually, like here, this is Division 1, my division. So I'm up here in Stoneham. Gina Brackett, she's out in Cincinnati. Dino, my DIB, he's down in New York. Recall coordinators all over that whole Northeast. Division 1, 17 states plus the District of Columbia. So I go, our division goes all the way down to Virginia, all the way out to Michigan, out that way. Division 2, similar arrangement. And of course, Division 3 out on the West Coast. We do have a vacancy for a DCB out there. Did I say we had a vacancy for a DCB out in Division 3? Okay. Of course, our contact information is in devices. We give out an inspection handout. Investigators, when they do an inspection, that's basically what it looks like with the contact information on there. And it's also available on the web. You hit that, you'll get anyone that you need. Since we are a virtual entity, we do encourage electronic submissions of documents. It's far more efficient, far quicker, and that's really the way it works. It's far more efficient and timely to handle things that way. And again, I just wanted to thank you, and I hope you enjoy the sessions, and we trust you'll find them very informative. Thank you.
Am I on? Thank you very much, Joe, and thank you very much for welcoming us into your district. We are very happy to be here. Now it's my pleasure to introduce formally Elias Malice as he takes over events from here on. Elias Malice is the Director of the Division of Industry and Consumer Education in CDRH's Office of Communication and Education, a position he has held since August 2011. In this role, Mr. Malice leads a division whose mission is to educate our industry and consumer stakeholders with understandable and accessible science-based regulatory information about medical devices and radiation-emitting electronic products.